Hey guys, welcome back to Ask HR, your channel for authentic HR content. As always, it's exciting to come your way again with content that I know would advance your career. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, last week we talked about what makes a high potential employee, and I promise that in today's video I'm going to share with you how to become one if you don't perceive yourself as a high potential employee. So I outlined, if you haven't watched last week's video, it's so important that you should. I outlined why companies are going to be spending their resources on a high potential employee. So please check that video out. Now in today's video I want to share with you some 3 key ingredients on how to become a high potential employee. The first thing you want to do is to develop your drive to excel. Many people are comfortable doing just what is expected of them. Others wouldn't even meet that basic requirement at all. For you to stand out of the pack, because many people are doing the ordinary. So for you to stand out, you need to push yourself to excel, go beyond what is expected of you. It's those kinds of people that, as I mentioned in last week's video, organizations are willing to spend their resources on. That's how people get promoted. That's how people advance in their careers. If you are doing what's expected of you, we don't notice it because that's what's expected of you anyway. So you are pushing yourself. If it means learning something new, acquiring a new skill, broadening your knowledge base, all those things makes you uncomfortable. They're going to take you outside of what is normal for you. But you need to apply yourself, developing that drive to excel no matter what it takes. That would definitely set you apart. The second thing you need to pay attention to set yourself apart as the high value or high potential employee is to develop the capability for learning. Okay, now let me explain this. There are several organizations, even the bigger ones, that have large budget allocations for learning and development. What happens with the regular employee is that they're excited about moving out of there, especially if it's an offsite learning experience. They're excited to go offsite to train and learn, sometimes even travel outside and all that. And then they return with the knowledge, and that's just it. It goes onto their CV, attended this training. But when it comes to transferring the knowledge into actual results, that is non-existent. For you to be a high value employee, you need to develop the ability not only for learning, but being able to source new ideas, from the knowledge that you have gained, and being able to transfer it to your job, to your team, and then to other people. Okay, so we've sent you somewhere to learn something, we paid money and all of that, but when we can see the impact of what you've learned on the job. Many people are happy to attend the training. Many people don't even know how to apply the knowledge they have gained. So if you set yourself apart as that person who gains knowledge, sometimes the organization doesn't even have to sponsor that. By yourself, because I mentioned earlier, have the drive to excel. You take it upon yourself as a personal project and look for resources, things that will help you broaden your understanding, and then you pick up this knowledge and transfer it onto your job or what you do on a daily basis. The truth is, many people are not doing that, and the moment you set yourself apart as someone who does that, you immediately come on the radar and people will begin to notice you, and then resources, opportunities and openings will be channeled your way. The third thing I want you to focus on is to develop an enterprising spirit. It's one clear characteristic of a high potential employee. These people would jump at any opportunity really quick, really fast, especially the ones that take them outside of their comfort zone. I don't know if in your organization they'll say, oh, if we ask, let's say, Susan to take on this role, she's not going to do it because she feels it's not in her area of expertise. So you're not willing to take risks and things like that. Sometimes opportunities that will advance you are very risky. It may mean taking on an international assignment, so moving into a geographical location that you are totally unfamiliar with, language barriers and all of that, but you're willing to go. You're willing to step out there and make an impact and make a difference. So that's the third thing you want to do. I'm going to do an in-depth video on how to develop an enterprising spirit, and so we're going to learn a lot from that video as well. So these are the three main things that you can do. These are the three main things that you can do. There are several others, so let me just share some bonus tips with you. So a drive to excel, an enterprising spirit, and an intense learning capability are all great things that will help you advance and make you stand out, right? But sometimes the drive to excel make people do all kinds of things. Sometimes being inconsiderate as far as their team goes and things like that. But I want to share with you that high potential employees also have what we call dynamic senses. Okay, they have very high emotional intelligence. They understand when to take an action and when to refrain from taking one, when to speak. They understand their environment and they know when to respond appropriately, when to take actions and when to hold back. So your ability to be sensitive to your environment is one other thing that you need to pay attention to. Now finally, when someone has already treaded the path you are attempting to tread on, there's no need going through all the hard knocks the person may have gone through. Okay, so it's very important to identify a mentor and approach. I've done a video on networking. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video on that. But using your networking skills, look for people like that will help you shape your career so that you really stand out and position yourself for the advancements that you really deserve. Thank you so much for watching today's video. It was helpful to me and I trust it was to you too. If you like it, then like it. If you've not subscribed yet, please do, and make sure to share the video. Thank you so much and see you in my next video.